Israel, you got what should be kind of a quick show for you today. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. What happens. Got my mic plugged in. Please let me know how the audio is. I'm gonna go check it myself while y'all are coming in. I'm gonna check this audio out and see how it sounds. And as you can tell by I'm gonna check this audio out and see how it sounds. Sounds good to me. So as you could tell by the title of the show, we're talking about getting understanding. Okay. Getting and what I want to talk about, what we're doing, one of the things we're doing here in our Straitway Assembly over here is we're doing a verse by verse Bible study of the book of Proverbs. And so we're just kind of going through it verse by verse, just because of the basic nature of it, just how straightforward Proverbs is. We're just meticulously going through it, getting all the meat off the bone off of each verse. And one of the things I've been pointing out to the saints is how, and I told them, the first 6 or 7 books of Proverbs are literally telling you to get wisdom, get understanding, and listen to how it's a light unto your path. And it's just reiterating this thing over and over again. And what I'm gonna do, I'll read a little bit to you. We'll read Proverbs chapter 4, start at verse 5. So I'm gonna go over to that real quick. Okay. And literally, like I said, what I told the saints is I was like, yeah, the first, I said like 5 or 6 books are not, they're just harping on how crucial it is to get wisdom and to get understanding and be obedient to Yah's way. And I mean, it really drives this point in from a lot of different angles. And I'm gonna read a group of Bible verses of that nature. So like I said, it's Proverbs chapter 4, verse 5 through 9. And it says, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. It says, exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor. When thou doest embrace her, she shall give to thine heart an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. And I mean, when you go through, like I said, all these books, and right now, so here we'll go to Proverbs chapter 4. We're going to just read verse 7. Okay. And we're going to see if this thing works, because let me see if it actually brings me to it. No. Bible Hub, man, that's a sad Bible website, the way it functions, the functionality of it. But anyway, I ain't gonna get off topic. Check this out. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7 says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So that's where I'm parking it at, is about getting understanding. Okay. When we talk about the reason I'm talking about getting understanding is because what I've seen is there are a lot of brothers and sisters who, you know, that we've ran into and at different times, that a lot of their, I guess you would call it rebellion, disobedience, or the difficulties they present is because of a lack of understanding. They don't get it. And what am I talking about? What it in the spiritual, or in the in the literally, you just see people that they're doing things, but they don't understand. They don't get the big picture. They don't understand the why behind it. A lot of people, like, you get people that I've seen who've hindered the work, and they don't see the big picture. They don't understand. They don't understand, like, the long game of what's going on, of what we're putting here, what's being established, what the word is really saying, and how that ties in to things that are, you know, going on around them. You know what I'm saying? So it's so important to just have understanding. I say, like, one of the things, and this might not be the best one, but one of the things I've been looking at is, like, this whole Kyrie Irving thing went down and all that, and I was a lot of people are talking about it. I saw a video uh that Harry Rosenberg did. And I've actually had been talking to him, had some correspondence. We've been talking by text. And yeah, one unique thing about Harry Rosenberg is the fact that he's willing to actually talk about some of these topics that the rest of his community likes to just turn their back on, stub their nose at, and sweep under the rug. But the end thing is when you have that good understanding of the word, I realize, because a lot of people want to run to these other nations and argue and debate and try to get their point across to these other nations, when you really get after and get that understanding, you know, um, our focus needs to be on the word and just putting out Bible verse. A lot of people, the social media environment right now, when I go out there and look at it, and like I said, I'm on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat. No, not Snapchat. TikTok. I'm on TikTok. I'm in Clubhouse a little bit. YouTube. I probably already said that. With Instagram. I'm kind of, but when I'm looking at what's going on. I'm looking at what's going on in the media in general, and navigating that environment in this current, in the time we're in now, it has to be navigated with wisdom. We have to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves, as we navigate this environment, because what's going to end up happening, there's a lot of people, there's a way to present this truth. A lot of people come real aggressive and they say certain things, and people miss the message. At the end of the day, I get it. If y'all is dealing with people's hearts, you could scream it in their ear, or just say it nice, calm, and sugary. And if the Most High is dealing with them, they're going to receive it. If the Most High is not dealing with them, they're not going to receive it. But the wisdom we have to have out here, as we navigate this complicated terrain, is saying the message in a way that the kind of the general, like where they can't attack what you're saying. You got to put it like the way Christ was talking to those Pharisees. He said, "He who is without sin cast the first stone." So he checkmated them. Okay, he he didn't just go take a pawn and go lose his queen. Okay, trying to get a pawn, and that's what's going on in the Hebrew community right now. You got a lot of people out there in the so-called Hebrew Israelite community out there that, as we move forward, they're gonna get blocked, canceled, and whatever else they got out there, because they're not. They lack wisdom. They lack knowledge. They lack the understanding. The way we have to navigate this thing is you got to checkmate the enemy where, look, they can't do nothing. Game over. You know what I'm saying? And look, I'm saying that because it's already written. We know how the game ends. It's written. It's right there in the word. We know how this ends. And I'm telling you this because I've been sitting here. I've been talking to Harry Roseman. I watched some videos he did. I'm watching these other videos of the Jewish response to this. And literally how they're categorizing people is you have Black Jews like Amari Stoudemire and stuff like that. And then you have the Hebrew Israelites, the hateful hate group cult, and they try to categorize people in there. I was listening to him, he's like, yeah, and Ron, yeah, he's one of those Hebrew Israelites, and then he started talking about Amari Stoudemire. He's like, oh yeah, he's a Black Jew, and basically what they're saying is you got a group of people who know that they're Israel, but they also acknowledge the Khazars as Jewish or whatever, as some of the tribes or whatever. And then you got a group of people who know they Israel and they know the truth. You know what I'm saying? They know who the fake ones are and the real, and those are the ones they label Black Hebrew Israelite, but they're vague with what they do. So it's how they come, because a lot of Hebrew Israelites come real aggressive and all this stuff because they're so passionate about this, as I was early on. I still am passionate about it. I'm just wiser, but I was passionate about it too. But what they're doing is they're categorizing all these groups in simply a certain way, when, look, the Hebrew Israelite community out there and what they teach is factual. Like, they dropping facts. You could back it up. Like, this stuff is proven. These brothers and out here are going in the books and studying, and a lot of times getting their own people to testify against them, getting writings from Jewish people and stuff like that go right against it. One of our brothers sent me a video. A matter of fact, one of the brothers in Straightway did a video where he had Orthodox Jewish people just exposing Zionism, and that's basically where they the ones who are like, okay, the Orthodox Jews know they are not supposed to be over there in Israel according to the word. It says Yah will bring us over and certain things will be fulfilled. So all that, they calling all that out. I'm not going to get off on all that. What I'm saying, what I'm getting back to, and this is a giant segue into this whole topic anyway, but anyway, what I'm saying is there's a way to navigate it with wisdom. Another testimony about for Straitway is one of the interesting things when we were getting a lot of publicity, when and somebody needs to help me out on this. when that situation was going on where Sports Illustrated was writing about Kabir and they were talking about the ministry and all that. And at one point, I think they tried to throw that we were like a racist hate group or something in there. They tried to do something. And then all we had to do was pop a picture up, show pictures of some of our assemblies where we have people of all races in our assemblies. This Straitway Nashville assembly, we got white people in our assembly right here, living communally. You know what I'm saying? So there are Jewish people in Straitway, not practicing Judaism. They practice the faith, the book. Okay. But they are in Straitway. Okay. Focus on Most High Yah, get it, understand. They know the fake ones over there and all that. So that's one of our strong suits of being obedient to the word, doing what thus saith Yah. You know what I'm saying? But that's that's a big thing where, you know, when it eventually happens, and it will happen when it eventually happens, and they you know, the attacks come from the media, when they're like, you know, they look for some way to paint us as a hate group, you know, our most powerful weapon, one, is our actions, of course, but two is just not combating them, but just posting about the word. Because the same Bible that the people who will come and try to cancel and block and quiet, shut down the awakening or whatever, the same Bible that they have built their whole identity on falsely, same word that they built it on is what will destroy them due to their lack of understanding. You know what I'm saying? As long as we stick to that, you know, and you know what I'm saying? Because if you look, dude, Kyrie has been, you know, I guess it's vindicated or whatever. You know, they got his day. He's coming back to play. Some of the people that got the most egg on their face out of this situation are Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal. They got the most, you know. The other thing that happened, this is powerful. I guess there was a woman, a black woman who went to Mexico and got killed. And they're trying to figure out why. It's getting a lot of publicity. And is a chess move he did. He contributed $65,000 to her GoFundMe to help figure out what's going on. Just galvanizing his relationship with, you know, with the black community, and really painting what his character is truly about. While these other, you know, coons is out here, you know, shucking and jiving for Master Charlie on his sports shows. You know what I'm saying? Coon dancing, you know, saying whatever he want them to say, wearing, dressing up like women and just doing crazy, pointless stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing how that situation turned around. Is Kyrie, you know, fully locked into the truth in his walk? It remains to be seen. Time will tell whether the Most High, he's following the Most High's lead. You know what I'm saying? Time will tell. But it's just, and I see a lot of Hebrews out there talking about this. It's just, you could tell the way that this thing went. that Yah was behind it. Nobody could have orchestrated the way this whole thing has went down, and it's not over. I mean, this was from my knowledge and understanding, this was the most the biggest surge in the wake up, I guess. You know, this was one of the biggest. I mean, I can't think of anything else. I know back in the day, Boys to Men had come into the Hebrew Israelite thing, and you could go on and on about all the celebrities, but this one here, I mean, I've never seen it go like this. And then with the way social media is, and some of these new social media platforms that are coming up, like what's that one? It begins with an M. Let me tell y'all about this real quick. It's you got to watch closely what's going on and use wisdom, because I'm telling you, y'all, there's a lot going on out here. It's very dynamic. Let me tell y'all about this one. Oh man, hold on. Now I gotta show it because now it's on the tip of my tongue, so I gotta find it now. It is called Oh, there it is right here. It's called Mastodon, and now I believe that Mastodon is the new model of social media, because it's decentralized and people are flooding to it. I'm getting ready to set an account up on it. It's probably if it's not the new big thing, I think it's going to be the new trend of how social media platforms are set up. And I think people are going to be leaving these mainstream controlled media platforms. They're going to be leaving them in droves. But Mastodon is so decentralized. Is a very interesting thing to watch, because you create your own Mastodon server and you maintain it, and people can come on that, or you go on somebody else's server. You have to go you have to search it out for yourself and check it out. That's how it's spelled. Somebody put it in there. But I've been researching it, and now because of what happened over at Twitter, everybody's flooding over to Mastodon, you know. So we're gonna see. We'll see how that goes. But it's just, they're not gonna quiet this awakening, you know. And it's amazing now. Everybody like retreating. All these people who were saying all this stuff, and it's, you know, but people have already showed what side they're on, and you know, a lot of people out there, they're losing favor. It's just amazing how all that went down. But anyway, let me get back on topic. I went way off. Getting understanding. It's so imperative to get understanding, to understand why. I see a lot of people, even in this truth, they don't know why they're doing what they're doing. They don't get it. Like, they don't know. They're not seeing the big picture. They're not, the why is really not clicking to them. Or maybe they don't want the why to click to them. I don't know what the motivation is. But just as the book says, and it says it over and over and over and over again in Proverbs, just how imperative it is to get understanding. And I thought it was for the first 5, 6, 7 chapters. Man, we in chapter 8 now, and it's still drilling that point. Literally every chapter opens up with how important wisdom and understanding is. And I've seen it firsthand. Like, I remember going through the military and just seeing some of those people that Proverbs talks about, seeing them die, seeing them ruin their lives for good, seeing them marry some woman and just ruining themselves financially, seeing women lose their minds and go crazy, messing with the wrong men, just no wisdom and understanding, no light to their path. Me included. Me, one of them. I didn't have a lot of wisdom. I was seeking it. I was praying for it. But in the meantime, I was destroying myself with food, with alcohol. I mean, to this day, I'm still working on reversing all the damage I did, in those areas. Luckily, the Most High saved me from not ruining my life with the wrong women, while I was out there. He preserved me, not doing permanent, irreversible damage. But again, coming back, not going off on a tangent too much, but that it's so imperative to get understanding. Let me see if I can find another verse in there in Proverbs of, because the understanding is key. Like when you understand, like even me, like coming in the straight way, I was like, okay, this is the way, but let me understand this. Let me understand this in and out and really what's going on here. And even to this day, I'm getting more understanding of straightway by reading the word, studying the word, by observation, by watching what's going on, watching leadership, watching the things that are going on in straightway, and then looking at the result that I'm getting, being obedient, doing what I'm asked to do in straightway, and looking back, looking at where I came from, where my family, the brothers and sisters around me, looking at them and how they're growing and progressing in it, and then looking at the people who are not. Looking at the people outside and inside who are stagnant, who are not getting the understanding, who don't understand, have it, you know what I'm saying, of what's going on. All right, let me see if I can get this a little better. All right, so I'm gonna go to another verse. Let me see if there's any other chapters. Well, let's go to the first chapter. We'll get the first one. What are you looking for? Yeah, it's no rush. Whenever I'm done, we're not on a strict schedule. What do you need? All right. So, all right. Let's see. We're gonna go to Proverbs 1, I think. So I'm gonna just try to show y'all a couple of these verses. Let's see. All right. If it doesn't, all right. Let's see. We have okay, we're going to go to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13. I think that's going to be a good one. So we're going to go to Proverbs 3:13. And I'll pull that up real quick. Proverbs 3:13. There's another one. It says, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things that Cantus desire are not to be compared unto her. So it's telling you better than what length of days is in her right hand. And like I said, The reason why this resonates so hard with me is because of, the amount of death I saw with people with as Proverbs defines it, with fools. And fools are people who won't get wisdom and understanding. And what is wisdom and understanding? Yah's way of doing things, of dealing with situations, dealing with people, places, and things. A lot of people make stupid moves. You know what I'm saying? And it costs them their lives. So it says, length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. So again, one of the reasons, like, one of my favorite books is the book of Proverbs and the book of Sirach, Ecclesiastes, is because what it does is breaks Yah's laws, statutes, commandments, and everything. It breaks them down to the meticulous level, to it very simple, digestible proverbs. You know what I'm saying? It breaks them down. And that's what a proverb is, those little nuggets and little verses of wisdom. That is called a proverb. And literally, Proverbs and Sirach, Ecclesiastes, they break down almost every single situation you could encounter in life, with women, with jobs, with supervisors, with relationships, with just any type of situation you could encounter. It has wisdom on. And if you implement it, you begin to get that type of wisdom internalized. What you find is where Christ said, upon these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your brother as you love yourself. This is what Proverbs and Sirach, Ecclesiastes is doing. It's showing you how to love your brother as you love yourself, and love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul. It's just breaking it down in the little minute things where it's the reason why, like, I watch some people, man, and I'm like, dude, do they even read anything? Are they even reading the book? Do they even come up? Do they even, because you can see people's actions and behaviors just going very contrary to the word, and not just going contrary to Proverbs, something that's in Proverbs and Sirach, Ecclesiastes, is just going contrary to the word. And it's why? Because they're not seeking to get understanding. Like, when you're really trying to seek and get understanding, eventually you're going to get drawn to these books. These will be some of the books you study, because there is a lot of understanding in the book of Proverbs, book of Sirach, Ecclesiastes. It's called Ecclesiastes, or it can be called Sirach. It goes, you know what I'm saying? And don't get that confused with Ecclesiastes, okay? But let's keep reading. It says, she is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. Isn't that what I just kind of said? Getting it internal to where your mindset operates this way, to where you get in certain situations and this word pops in. Man, we see people. Y'all, I'm telling you, I watch both sides of this. I watch people, clearly they are being led by Satan. Clearly, without a doubt, Satan is leading them, guiding their footsteps. They're led by their flesh and whatever emotion comes up, clearly. And then I watch other people who are being led by the word. And it's literally like, with those types of brothers and sisters, it's like my mind is connected to them. You know what I'm saying? We're like the San Antonio Spurs back in the day. You know what I'm saying? The way that teamwork, I don't know if they still function like that, but San Antonio Spurs, man, that was a team. They played team ball. You know what I'm saying? but that's the way it is. The Lord by wisdom hath found the earth. By understanding hath he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. Okay, let's define that word discretion. All right, we're going to pull it up. All right. So I know most of y'all know what it means, but some of y'all might not. And we in a get all the meat off the bone situation. We going to discretion, the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information. The freedom to decide what should be done in a particular situation. Okay, that's the second definition. But discretion, kind of what I was talking about earlier with navigating this the social media, the current climate of the social media environment, how to navigate it. It's kind of what I was talking about. It says, by his knowledge, the depths are broken up and the clouds drop down the dew. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto the soul and grace to the neck. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. You see that? And like I said, I watch a lot and this is good discernment for y'all. When y'all see somebody who just constantly has issues, they're constantly stumbling and fumbling, you know what you're dealing with. There's somebody who doesn't have understanding, and that should trigger a red flag to you, just trigger alarm to know that, hey, this person doesn't have wisdom and understanding. That's when you need to see if that person has a teachable spirit, because some people don't want wisdom and understanding. They want to just be led by their flesh and and enjoy pleasure. Okay. It says, do not be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. Okay. And I was back in the day, I was afraid because I used to see people getting destroyed, y'all. I'm talking about on some real stuff. I'm talking about murders. I'm talking about untimely deaths, illness, just imprisonment, just crazy stuff, y'all. And you sitting there like, wow, man, wow. Is that gonna happen to me? But the Most High, yeah. For the Lord shall by the confidence and shall keep thy foot from being taken. And this is why you cling to the Most High, yeah. That's basically it on that. But if you go read that yourself, read through Proverbs. Look at how it stresses wisdom and understanding, and just the importance of getting understanding of the way of what you need to be doing, so you're not out here making stupid moves like I did for years. To the Most High, he really started dealing with me. He had to break me from my stubbornness because I wouldn't listen. So he had to really, put it on me and humiliate me so I would be humble, and yeah, but just really understanding, like now in my the age I'm at now, it's like I'm really beginning everywhere I look. I really see the big picture of stuff. I get an understanding, and that's part of what comes with age and being around. But you know, when you're younger, you're in your 20s and part of your 30s, you need older men to help guide you through navigate through this thing. You know, it's imperative. Even at my age, you get to my age, you looking for men to help you navigate through this thing. You know what I'm saying? You begging for it. When you're in your 20s, you know everything already. By the time you get to your upper 30s, a lot of people done bang their head against the wall so many times and been through so much pain. They're looking for help. They're looking for that wisdom, And Yah, his word is that wisdom, It's all in there. His spirit. It will guide you, But yeah, y'all, that's all I wanted to bring out. Told you I wasn't gonna be on here long. I just wanted to kind of put that out. I know I ranted a little bit. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Somebody said God is waiting for us to come back to him. The curse is ended. The curse is ended in 2018, hence the awakening. The thing is, I don't think we will. He will have to come back to get us, right? Prophecy. Yeah, that's prophecy. And yeah, you remember that year, it was 2019, where Trump got up there and said, yeah, it marks 400 years or whatever that, and they had that whole 400-year thing in the Hebrew Israelite community. And then it came, and Trump said his announcement. So this nation's government officially recognized it had been 400 years or whatever. And Trump said his little thing, hey, it's been 400 years, and they acknowledged it, and it came, and it went, and in the Hebrew Israelite community, everybody like, oh, you 400 years, possibly, what's happening now? People were saying stuff, but it was like literally that year was a 400 year. Then the next year was what? 2020. What happened in 2020? That whole COVID thing, the whole world shut down. Then after that, every year is something. 2021, there were those uprisings, like I think that was 2021. You've seen a lot of events happening, wars. Now you see wars happening. Now you see North Korea sitting there talking about they got an intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, that is capable of hitting anywhere in the United States. And they talking about they'll use nuclear weapons if we do. They talking big junk right now. North Korea is right now. And they launching missiles off and all that. You see that? You see China flexing hard. You see the war over in Ukraine, and what they're saying, I guess, is those missiles that hit Poland were actually Russian missiles that Zelensky sent over there to try to pull everybody else into this war with him. They need to just let Russia lay waste to that country, But you see this thing ramping up, man. And then you see this whole thing that happened with Kyrie Irving, man. That was a major awakening. And all you got to do, okay, boom, that thing happened with Kyrie Irving. So a lot of people are looking at this now. You give it a couple months, there's going to be a massive influx of people coming into this truth, So, we got to level up, be prepared. Now, I can, like, Straitway is that beacon of light, because we're not just talking it. These brothers and sisters live it, 12 something communities, established communities on land, brothers and sisters building, really walking this thing out. So communities on land. unknown number of home assemblies. home, you know what I'm saying? It's just, hey, it's the real deal, man, over here. And there ain't nothing we're gonna have to talk about. You get in the coming days, weeks, months, and years, the light is gonna get bright over here. People are gonna see it. They're gonna see the footwork. You know, it's gonna be evident who's walking this thing out and who's stumbling. You know, but let's see. Brother Ray said, still blessed for the Shabbat you guys hosted last Shabbat in Orlando. Can't wait to praise Yah and fellowship with you guys again. Yeah, that Orlando Shabbat was it was awesome. It was good seeing. Look, there's still saints down in Florida that's looking for fellowship and that's serious about this thing. Reading the Bible will literally let you know the future. Absolutely. and it will guide you through it too. Yep. That's real talk. That's good. That's good. Let's see what else y'all saying. I said shalom. Shalom to you. Hallelujah. All right. Somebody said it's unfortunate for Kyrie in terms of not staying strong. He's in his early, I think the Most High is dealing with him. We'll see if he fully comes into this, It just, like I said, time will tell. This is Brother Cletus from Africa. Shalom, our precious and gifted royal brother, longest time. Shalom to you, Brother Cletus. Good to see you in there. All right. And then there you go again. To connect with the ministry and find fellowship in your area, call that number right there. Okay? And be patient because I talked to Elder Becker yesterday. He said he is inundated. He has a lot of people reaching out for fellowship. But we're going to be doing a video because just to give people understanding on Straitway as a whole and how we operate and how we function according to the word. Because a lot of people think, hey, okay, you just call that number, tell them where you live, and you'll be invited to live on a community. Nah, that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all coming laden with demons and all types of sin that you unaware of. You know what I'm saying? Elder Becker was telling me how people were calling up though, thinking, "Oh, okay, like it's like McDonald's or something," or with some them they call in like it's a Holiday Inn Express or something. Yeah, I live over here, and I'd like to, like, you just call, make reservations, and you moving in. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that ain't this. Nah, we gotta see people's where people's spirit is at, where your mindset. We gotta watch that footwork. We gotta see what type of dance you doing. You doing the hucklebuck? You break dancing? What are you doing? What type of dance you do? You know what I'm saying? And we gotta see that. So anyway, I got a show coming up that's gonna we're gonna cover all that. We're gonna cover community life and stuff like that. Be very informative. And it will be coming up very soon. Matter of fact, I'm gonna probably make some of the I'm gonna make I'm gonna start setting it up. I gotta call some people. So all right. Anyway, y'all, with that said, appreciate all y'all tuning in. I'm Michael Israel. You're watching Spiritual Combat. And shalom, shalom.